everyone, today I'm going to show you how to sew this super simple tote bag. It was very easy to make, so let's get started. For this project I'm using cotton fabric that measures 36 inches long and 18 inches wide. I'm also going to be using this ribbon. It's a lacy ribbon, but it's quite thick and it measures 25 inches. You can go up to 28 inches, it's your choice. And you're going to be needing your sewing machine and your sewing supplies. Like I have here scissors, thread, and pins and ruler and some sort of a marking tool. So first thing we need to do is go ahead and press our hems. So first one will be our 1/4 of an inch press, and then one more that's going to be about 1 inch press. So I'm going to go ahead and press my sides and then I'll meet you back. Okay, so once you have your hems pressed, what we need to do is go ahead and add our straps. So we're just going to slide it right into our hem right here. And the most important thing here is make sure this is straight. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And we need to measure and make sure our strap is 4 inches from our sides. So I'm just going to move it a little bit and just put a pin here so it holds in place like so. And I'm going to repeat this on the other side as well. Make sure it measures out 4 inches and move it if I need to. And I'm going to go ahead and put a pin to hold it. So I'm going to repeat the same process on my other side right over here, and I'll meet you back. So this is how mine is looking so far. I have both of my sides pinned and ready to go. And I'm not focusing on this sides at the moment. We're going to go ahead and sew our both hems with our straps, and then we'll come back and focus on the sides. What I'm going to do next is go ahead and sew my hem, and I'm going to come as close as I can to my edging, and I'm just going to do straight stitch. So here I have it sewn. I'm going to repeat the same thing on my other side. So here I have my stitching done. What I'm going to do is to reinforce it, I'm going to go ahead and stitch right on top. And I'm also going to do another stitch right close to this stitch that I did right here, just to reinforce it and make sure my straps are holding on. So this is how it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same thing on my other side. The most important thing with sewing straps is you need to remember to fold them over like so, and then sew them one more time right along the top, and you can also sew it right at the bottom over here too, just to reinforce it. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that on all of my straps. So here I have both of my sides ready to go. My straps are all sewn. What we're going to do next is do our side seams. What you need to do is have your bag facing right side, and the wrong side will be inside. And we're going to go ahead and sew 1/4 inch on both sides. So I'm going to sew it right here and right over here, and I'll meet back with you. So I'm going to make sure my sides are all straight and are even here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and sew with my 1/4 inch allowance. So I went ahead and I sewed my sides. So next step, what we need to do is make sure we trim anything that needs to be trimmed away. All this fraying, I'm gonna go ahead and trim both of my sides and I'll meet back with you. I'm actually cutting some of my fabric as well because I feel like it's just too much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it. That way I know when I do my front seam, it's not gonna show. So I'm gonna do the same thing on my other side. Cutting away all my extra fabric. So once I'm done cutting and I trimmed off, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my work. So now we need our wrong sides facing us. So next thing what we need to do is make sure we sew our sides one more time with the 1/2 inch seam allowance. And we have to make sure that all of this is sewn in and not showing. And that's why we're gonna do a bigger seam allowance. That way it's not showing. So I'm gonna go to my sewing machine and sew both sides and I'll show you how it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and sew my sides with the 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm gonna start at the top and just sew. All right, so here's one side ready to go. I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. So here my sides are done and ready to go. I'm gonna turn my bag right side out. Make sure my corners are nice and crisp. So here's my finished bag. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.